Live.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Wednesday webinar here at Motley System Pro. A lot of familiar names, a lot of familiar faces. Good evening. Welcome. My name is Brian Finale. I'm one of the co-founders here, and I am very excited about this webinar. We are right smack dab in the middle. Actually, not in the middle. We're kind of winding down on this affiliate contest, and we've been doing this thing for all of our guests, and you're just joining us, or maybe you're one of the many new members who've gotten started since January 1st. We've been in the middle of an affiliate contest since December 14th. And tonight, January 18th, this contest is over. At midnight Eastern Standard Time, this contest that a lot of our affiliates have been chasing here over the last month or so is winding down and coming to an end. And what I thought would be super cool is to bring on 3 rock stars who have they've been consistent throughout the entire month. And they're right at the forefront of this affiliate contest. And what I thought would be super valuable is to get them on and just have them speak for a little bit, have them share with you some tidbits, some nuggets, some things that they did over the last month to really outperform the competition, to really drive traffic, to make sales. And in this example, it's so that they could place in the top 10 in an affiliate contest. But it doesn't matter. If there's not an affiliate contest you're running, or you're not an affiliate marketer, I guarantee what you're going to want to do is grab one of these, a pen and a paper, and take some notes tonight, because these strategies, whatever, I'm not even certain what we're sharing tonight, but whatever it is how they have gotten and are leading in this affiliate contest. So sales, leads, clients, customers, you're going to get a snippet into what some of our top affiliates for this contest have been up to over the last month. So I thought that'd be cool. Hi guys, Julia, John, what's up? Carol, Joyce, Roxanne. So we're going to get right into it tonight. I do want to acknowledge just a couple of leaders, and for our guests, this is not a business opportunity. This is a training portal. It's an education system that teaches you how to become a professional marketer. We're going to leave it at that. If you want more leads in sales, and you want to learn how to brand yourself and really attract people to you, and you want more buyers, and you want more hungry, targeted prospects who are interested and who are quality customers or soon-to-be customers, we can teach you how to do that. In fact, that's what we've been doing since 2008. And if you do some research, you can check us out, and you can see that MLSP, this training portal, has helped develop some of the biggest leaders out there that you see today. And that's not because of me. It's because of this collective community, the software, the tools, the training, what we've been committed to in terms of just raising the boats of all entrepreneurs across the board in any industry. And we do have an affiliate program with that. It's not a business opportunity. There's no comp plan, but if you refer people to our systems, we've got a blogging platform, a funnel creator, a CRM. We've got the most cutting edge internet marketing training out there. When you refer people, others who are entrepreneurs who are looking to come online and build a side income or build their brand, get better, get more customers and clients for their businesses, we pay you. And we paid millions of dollars. And in fact, tonight we are celebrating a couple of things here. One of them is, again, our affiliate contest. But we do have an affiliate program, and we have had a couple of leaders. We do this every single Wednesday. It's like my favorite part, just acknowledging people who are earning money here as an affiliate. And what that means is they're learning like the attraction marketing secrets. They're learning how to add value. Once they find a target market, how do they actually create content that addresses that target market's challenges and pains? How do you actually bring people to you, get people to, you build relationships with them, solve problems, provide solutions, and in doing so, make a ton of money. Whatever it is, there's ways to creatively market it and attract interested customers to you and monetize your business like no other when you actually embrace attraction marketing and what we have here. So we just want to acknowledge real quickly here, Marshall and Tina Barber, who are doing great in our affiliate contest, guys. Congratulations. L1, we've got L1 through L7. Marshall and Tina Barber just hit L1. Peter Chapman just hit L1. And then we have a big one here. In fact, hold on. I got a honey badger here.
Go ahead.
Should have brought him earlier.
Sherry Berry.
Y'all, check this out. This is a very big deal for those who are members. Baxter couldn't make it. He's getting ready for our workshop we have this weekend. But this is a big deal. When you hit L5, we have, again, L1 through L7. But, ladies and gentlemen, for the affiliates and the members inside of MLSP, this is a leader level that we created to really acknowledge, that it's beyond yourself at this point. When you hit L5, you have to have helped a good handful of people grasp the concepts of attraction marketing, understand internet marketing, have them driving traffic, getting sales, understanding the whole concept of what we do with internet marketing and online business. So this L5 thing, where we've coined it as our Baxter, our Honey Badger Award, Sherry Brown will be getting a jersey on stage at Live the Dream 8 in Austin, Texas, which we are so excited about. And the names who have hit this level, guys, we're talking about, Diane Hawkman, Ray Higdon, David Wood, David Sharp, Lisa Torres, April Marie Tucker, Mark Harbert, Bert Bledsoe, Steve Krivda, Stephen and Lanacia Rachel, Cesar Rodriguez, Tanya Eliza. Who else? You can throw some big marketers at. We got like some old school guys like Cedric Harris, Lawrence Tam, Tracy Walker, Nicole Cooper. Guys, some of the biggest names of internet presences you see out there have done this, have hit this level. And now we welcome to this very prestigious, very cool award, which again is not just about self. It's really about the collective, the community. And that's why it's coined the Baxter Badger Honey Badger level. So please welcome, or please let's all have some fun and acknowledge Miss Sherry Brown for hitting this L5 Huge Leader Award. And I think you're going to be hearing from Sherry tonight, guys. Sherry, you want to just say a quick note about maybe this week? This is a big one for us. This opens doors to leadership levels, to more speaking engagements, to all sorts of opportunity inside this house of MLSP. How are you doing?
I am doing fine. I'm just super pumped here. And I just want to say, honestly, like, I could not have hit this leadership level as quickly as I did had it not been for the other two people sitting right there, Kay and Jelena.
Nice. I know you guys are working a little bit of a team. And guys, these are all certified coaches in our coaching program, and they are collectively making such an impact in our community and in the internet marketing arena. It's just very, very cool. Cool to watch. And there's a reason they're all here today with us tonight. You'll hear from Sherry in just a second. Before we bring them out and do this, guys, I just want to show just what is going on here, because we are having this affiliate contest, and I feel like it would be only fair to kind of show you. I didn't get all the images together. Should have done that. Let me see this, because we're having some fun over here. So tonight, for all of our guests, we have been having all sorts of fun here with affiliate contests. All the images are on my other computer, and I was going to show you what we've been doing over the last week, but if you can see this, here is kind of our poker table, banquet table of success, and we've got like our top 20 affiliates that we're giving away a whole bunch of cash that ends tonight. And these guys and gals, there's Jelena, there's Kay, there's Sherry right here. And in order, Sherry's in first right now. Kay is tied for third, I believe, and Jelena is in fifth. So this is a pretty big deal. This is a pretty big deal, and that's why they're on this webinar. So if I showed you some of the other names who are in the running for this, you'd be pretty darn impressed. And again, that's why they're here tonight, to show you what they've personally been doing over the last month or so to drive traffic, to get sales, and to compete in this affiliate contest at a very high level. With some of the top affiliates. You see Terry Lamb there, a member of the month. He's down here. And then Lisa Torres and Chilcote, Krista Chilcote, who has kind of just come out of nowhere in this. I think she's been working with an MLSP coach. You'll see Aaron Birch back here hanging out, which we will see this weekend. Antonio Starr, as well as Sean Johnson. These are our top 8 or 9 affiliates in this contest. So we're just having fun. So let's get to the training, guys. Here's what we're going to do. This is how this is going to work. Pen and paper, y'all. If you're a guest, welcome to this platform. If you're a member, you know it's value time. And we are going to bring these guys out one by one, let them share for 15 minutes or so on what they've been up to. Sound good? What do you guys think? Sound good?
Yep.
Cool. All right, man. Well, guys, for all of our guests, as we bring out Sherry and get this going, your bottom right, you're going to see a little a gear. If you want to go ahead and push that up to HD quality, you'll get the best experience. I'm not sure if we're going to be showing screens or screen sharing or PowerPoints or just talking. But as a guest, before we get started and record this thing, bottom right, there's a gear. All you need to do is click that bottom right gear and go to the most highest broadcast that Google will put through your internet connection, okay, based on your broadband. And then, of course, if you want to go full screen, you can do that as well down there, and that will make it the best possible experience. As we bring out first our #1 affiliate in this contest, as we have 3 or 4 hours left in this contest. Sherry has been absolutely crushing it, and we're going to let her go first here. She's #1 right now. Terry, you're just a couple sales behind, but this gal has been, since day one, since we launched this contest, she's been #1. And again, she just did this past week, just a couple days ago, which is, again, a huge deal with us. So Sherry Brown, what in the world is going on in your business? How did you hit L5? How did you get these fast results? What's the secret? Is it what you're eating for breakfast, or is it some affirmation? What's the secret? We all need to know how to win affiliate contests, Sherry.
Okay. So I'm going to spill the beans. So first of all, let me preface that the entire year of 2016, I have been hardcore building my fan page. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a 3-year-old little girl. I have like my warm market is basically non-existent. And so I really didn't have a lot of warm market to begin with. So the very first thing I did was start building a fan page. And I knew from listening to Ray Higdon, from listening to everything inside of MLSP, I knew the expectations going into a fan page, that it was going to be ghost town and tumbleweeds for months, and it was. But I stayed consistent, and I've grown it to over 5,000 people during 2016. So #1, that was a very huge part, is the fact that I have been working on my marketing the entire year of 2016. And so, and I would say, first of all, Kay and I, we met inside of MLSP. Obviously, I've met Jelena too. And Kay and I have been accountability partners. We met inside of the community when we were both L0s. And so the entire year of 2016, we were back and forth. Hey, what are you doing? What's working for you? What's not working? I met Jelena at Live the Dream, and there has not been a single day that's gone by that we are not talking every single day. I probably talk to Jelena more than my husband. And it's a constant like back and forth. There's competition between us, but we're all very much there for each other, which is another big part of how I've been able to rank advance. If you go back and look at Kay and I hit L1, he hit L1. I hit L2, he hit L2. And it's been back and forth. And so after Live the Dream, because in August, that was my biggest month leading up to this affiliate contest, I ended up getting 23 in the month of August. And I noticed that although I was bringing a lot of people in, and there's a story behind this. So the story that I'm sharing is leading up to exactly what I did to hit #1. And so sometime in the fall, I noticed that I was bringing people in, but there was a disconnect. Like my retention rate wasn't as high as it should have been. And we all know, for those of you who don't know me, I am so not techie. I mean, I literally have a technology mantra, and that is, if I don't know how to do it, screw it. I will find somebody else who does. And so basically that's when I kind of set out, and me, Kay, and Jelena, we all three started brainstorming how to increase retention. And this is before we ever knew about this affiliate contest. So we decided to team up, combine efforts, and create an entire boot camp where we did a private Facebook group. People paired up with accountability partners. We gave away weekly prizes. And it was an effort to reduce overwhelm, give people clarity. And all three of us have strengths. Like I suck at tech. Jelena is like a tech wizard. Kay is great at copy. You would think with me, like living in America, English being my #1 language, that I would be a good writer, but I'm not. So that's where Kay comes in. He's great at writing. And so we all three teamed up to put on basically like an 8-9 week boot camp that we were bringing people in. And so we had set the dates, and then Brian, you announced the affiliate contest launching 3 days after our original start date. So we literally pushed our boot camp back to start on December to start bringing people in December 14th. And that's really what we did, is we teamed up to create basically a boot camp to bring people in step by step, get their systems set up in place. And that's really what we started doing. When it hit December 14th, I'm very, very big into Facebook Live. And so I would go live on my fan page. Everything that I've done from December 14th until now, every Facebook Live, every blog post, everything on my fan page has a call to action that's been pointing people to that boot camp. So all of the content that I've been talking about has been congruent with what's inside of our boot camp, which is, videos and prospecting and blogging and just marketing in general. Everything I've done has had a call to action to get people in. I do run videos. And so I ended up getting quite a few people in before we closed down the live boot camp, and we decided to open up and let people in on the replay. And so that's what we did starting January, was we rolled out, and now we're making the live recordings to where we're sending them out in an autoresponder to those who came in after. And there was a big push. I have not done a webinar in almost a year. And so me and Jelena got the bright idea, okay, let's just do a webinar. So we put together a webinar. I created the slides, then I passed them to Kay. Kay tweaked them. Then they were sent to Jelena, who added the sales copy at the end. And we all three did webinars over the past week. And that's how I've gotten a lot of people in. And the majority, Brian, I'll be honest, I have had to find people on Facebook because I wasn't connected to them. I had not talked to them. So a lot of people who I've gotten in have been straight cold market or referrals from doing the webinar and really leading with value. Through this entire thing, I've never made it about me. I've always made it about how I could help somebody else. How can I serve somebody? How can I solve somebody's problem at a deeper level? And that's really what it's been about. I also have been running ads. So every video, every Facebook Live that I do, I'm running ads. I'm running ads to people who like my page and their friends. I have created custom audiences. So anybody who's visited my website in the past 6 months, the people, I've got 2 big videos that have been going around prospecting and marketing. So I created a custom audience. And this is where Kay was like, how in the heck did you do that? But what I did was I took 2 videos. One of them had over 40,000 views. Another one over 30,000 views. And I created a custom audience for anybody who had watched those 2 videos, at least 25% of those 2 videos. I created a custom audience and retargeted them with my webinar replay. Then what I did was I took all of the people who registered for my webinar and I uploaded them into a custom audience, and I was retargeting them with the replay. I also took the recording on Monday night once it was done, and I can show you what I did. I don't know how to share my screen on this, but what I did was I took the replay, I uploaded it to my fan page, I pinned it to the very top, put the description in there that this is the replay. It is coming down at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. I pushed ads to it, and 48 hours later, I've already got over 8,000 views, just on that one video. And that's I'm doing a lot of Facebook ads, but I'm telling you, with Facebook ads, what I've made versus what I've spent, I've made way more than I've spent. So technically it's like free advertising, you know what I mean? And I'm happy, to show you the post that I did on my fan page, or you can go and check it out on my fan page. It's Sherry Brown Coaching. Okay.
Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, guys. So first off, before we do that, Sherry, what I'm hearing is that, okay, guys, so when we talk about, selling something. In this case, it was MLSP. And I don't care if you're an MLSP affiliate. That's not the point of this webinar. This is just an example of a product that most of the people on this webinar will understand when we say you can sell MLSP. So Sherry, Kay, and Jelena got together, and they're on the same. They're kind of working together, and they created a boot camp. They created They created something of value, an add-on. Did they have to sign up with MLSP to get the boot camp? Was that the hook?
Yes, that's the hook. In order to get the boot camp, they had to sign up. All of these there was not a single 10-day trial. So everything was coming in straight 30 days. And that's really the only way we've been doing it. We don't even really push the 10-day because I don't feel like 10 days is enough to really get everything that's inside of MLSP. So yeah, as long as they're in there, they get access to us, our private Facebook group. We're there every step of the way. If they have a question, they post it in the Facebook group. And yeah, it's very step by step.
So there was a boot camp, guys. There's a boot camp. They created something of value as an add-on to where if someone bought your product, service, or offer, in this case MLSP, they would get access to these guys set up their own boot camp, a private Facebook group. They added some more sexy, irresistible bonuses to close more sales, to get more people reaching out to them. And then I heard webinars. Guys, we talk about webinars all the time. You guys found one webinar I don't know how many times you did it, but you found one recording, one webinar that worked and turned it into a recording as well. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, so when we talk about webinars, we've been doing webinars. I mean, that's one of our main strategies. Sherry and the team here and these guys created, Kay and Jelena created a webinar that converts, and then they took the recording and they put some ads to it. They pinned it to their Facebook, fan pages, and they drove some traffic to something that they knew converted at a specific percentage. And Sherry, knowing that, she said she made more than she spent on Facebook, probably because she knew a little bit about what the conversions were, what she was getting, from an MLSP as an affiliate and so forth, and could actually kind of run this as a business and actually, provide value. But really the core thing here, what I'm hearing from Sherry is the value, guys. She went above and beyond in terms of creating value for her audience. And I mean, I don't know if you guys want to talk a little bit about the boot camp. I'd love to see the ad that was posted to your fan page. So if you go, Sherry, to your left, you'll see a green box, like kind of pop up. It says screen share. And then when that pops up, it'll ask you what application or if you want to share your entire window screen or an application.
Okay.
And
are you seeing this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is my fan page. And let me see. So this is the pin post. So what I did was I took the replay and I pinned it up and I created urgency. So I'm telling them, hey, this is going to be up only until Wednesday. And really, it was all about how me, a stay-at-home mom and recovering spammer, quadrupled my annual income in 1 year and how you can too. So I put in here, this is a full training, grab your pen and paper. Once 11:59 Eastern hits, this is being deleted and coming down. If you want in on the bonuses, I went ahead and created a pretty link for people to join. And then I also gave them a little inspiration, let's make this year your year. And I've pinned it to the very top. I've been running ads to it. Obviously, over almost 8,000 has been paid, but I've also had my assistant share this into some groups as well. And this is really what I've done since Monday. But up until then, everything that I've done has been, let me see if I can scroll down. It's taken me a minute. So this is somebody who's in the boot camp. So you can see I'm giving her like a shout out, that she's currently a part of Total Marketing Immersion. I love seeing these type of results. So when it comes to posting, I'm mixing in like testimonials as well. And then all of my blog posts that I'm putting up mentions the boot camp. Yes, she found a Hatchimal. Again, then the Facebook Live that I did, it was 2 steps to increase retention. And this is really where I went into details about, teaming up with people, gave them, some value, and then my call to action. And this is something I tell my coaching clients too, because a lot of people aren't doing this. I always have my call to action at the end of my videos, but I also put it in the description box as well. So I'm telling them, obviously, check out last night's webinar. It's coming down. So you can see like everything I'm doing over here is leading people back to the boot camp.
So that's interesting, everyone. Sherry mentioned that in the beginning as well, that everything that she was doing, every Facebook Live, every post, every Facebook post, every blog post, everything that she was doing, she got clarity on what she wanted to, like the outcome she wanted to hit by a specific date, and all the roads led to that. Every piece of content, everything that she was doing was a feeder into that boot camp in some way, shape, or form. So she got laser focused on what she wanted, and then just put the blinders on. So many people say that they don't know what to do daily. They don't really have a plan, and they're just they don't know what to market. Well, when you figure out what you want to market and you just create content around that, and you get focused on, whether it's paid media or Facebook Lives or blog posts or videos or YouTube, whatever it is, she's cranking out content like a machine, these little promotional pieces of content that lead to the boot camp, which gives a ton of value to her audience. Anyone could do something like that. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about the boot camp at all, or is that relevant here? I mean, in terms of.
I mean, I think that it would, help other people who are bringing people into MLSP. And by the way, have I stopped my screen share? I don't know.
No, you're good. We can see you now. You're good.
Okay. And Kay and Jelena can talk about it too, but we really sat down and put a lot of thought into it in regards to what does somebody need to know first, second, third. And the very first thing that we had people do was I created, a very simple course called Back to the Basics Academy. So in my academy, I don't go over any advanced strategies. It's basic, just foundation stuff about Facebook. And so when we brought people in, I, allowed Kay and Jelena to give all of their people my course. So they have their foundation, then they, get with us to get like a little DMO and make sure they're clear on their brand. And then we just go into each week. And Kay and Jelena, you guys could talk since it's, I think my 15 minutes is up if you guys want to share.
Well, finish up your thought here. So it's a boot camp. I mean, so it's basically you're giving away. And guys, think about this. They obviously know their audience. If they're trying to get referrals into MLSP, she's giving a basic, how to build your brand, or how to, make sure your brand is in line, and some Facebook getting started stuff. Was there any other pain points that you talked about in that boot camp that were like a big sell for people to sign up with MLSP?
I think the biggest pain point, because my target market, they're like me. They're stay-at-home mom, they're mothers, and they don't want to sacrifice that time away from their kids. They're spamming. They have no idea how to market or attract people because they've exhausted their warm market and they don't know how to expand. So, the real big thing for me is there's people out there with big dreams and goals. They just don't know how to put it together, how to connect the dots. And so everything in the boot camp very much goes in phases. So it's your foundation first. It's getting clear on your vision. We go into getting their offer set up, getting their, blog set up on sites, and it's step by step. So even in our private Facebook group, when it comes to even like the headline for creating like your freebie offer, we have a post inside our group, and members can post their headlines in a thread, and then Kay and Jelena are going in and they're helping people tweak them to make them more appealing, because that's not my jam. I'm not great at that. And so it's very much like we are there for them like every single step of the way. Right. So people don't feel alone, because I think that's also a big problem in the homes when you're in, the home business industry, is people feel alone, but they don't have to be. I mean, me, Kay, and Jelena, we're in 3 different countries, but we talk every day. You know what I mean? Like, so it's awesome, you know, and when you can create a community like that and we're really serving them at a deeper level, I think it makes all the difference. People are pumped, they're motivated, they're not giving up, they're sticking with it. Everybody in our group is very interactive, they're rooting for each other, and I think that makes a really big difference.
That's awesome. Guys, okay, so for the first 15 minutes here, this is, right now she is leading it. I see Terry Lamb in the chat, and I know there's a bunch of people, guys, who couldn't get on this webinar. We'll get the recording out if you've got team members who weren't able to get on because of a funky link. We're going to clean that up for next week, and we apologize, but we'll get the recording out. I do see Terry Lamb sneaking around back here. Those are our 1 and 2 spots here, guys. And Sherry, guys, for the last 15, 20 minutes, she was just sharing, like, we have an affiliate contest going on right now, and she is number 1 in that affiliate contest. And she just, if you need to watch and rewatch that recording, I know Kay and Jelena will absolutely be adding a ton of value to this conversation as well. They all were working together, it sounds like, in terms of what they were being able to add and offer value to their, to their audiences to get MLSP signups. But that was big, just hearing the flow of what they were up to and the simplicity of it. It really, there's not that much tech there aside from setting up the actual website and wherever the boot camp is being housed. I'm guessing it's just a few videos that really break down the fundamentals about vision, their brand, and how to get started, and then creating a group where they feel like they're a part of something and they do get some extra one-on-one. Anybody can do that to sell anything, guys. What I'm hearing is that these guys are they're creative marketers and they're going the extra mile. And yes, they're actually all certified MLSP coaches as well. So they have a ton of value. So that might not happen overnight for you, but they started just like everyone does. At some point, they started brand new. Yeah, they earned while they learned. They got better and better, and they've of course increased their skill sets, their value, and their knowledge. So now they can make such a big impact and do what they're doing today. But they started somewhere. And it's just, it's refreshing to hear, this wasn't huge media spend of tens of thousands of dollars and crazy tech teams needed to be put in place and media buys and a ton of ad traffic. Like, this was real marketers just getting down and dirty, figuring stuff out and figuring out how to add more value than the rest of the affiliates in the race. That's pretty much what I'm hearing. So, Sherry, don't go anywhere. We're definitely going to open this up for questions. I want to transition to Jelena. Kay, everyone good with that? Jelena next? All good? Cool. Cool. So, Jelena is, all these guys are big powerhouses in this contest as well. And all these guys eventually, I'm sure, will be on our leadership teams. I know that they've all expressed that, and they're all coaches here. They definitely get the vision here. And we are just getting, even I think like 9 years into this thing, and we're really just coming into stride ourselves. So it's pretty cool that these guys are stepping up at the time that they are. But Jelena is in Russia and Latvia, complete different time zone, younger gal. So if you're old or young or whatever, there's like different, it's all over the place here, guys. It doesn't need to be a specific age, race, nationality, and a specific, land, nation, the United States or anything. This is, we've got Russia, UK, and America here, and they're working in all different time zones. They all have different accents. They all have different backgrounds. There's no excuse. I always love putting that out there because so many people think there needs to be this picture perfect poster child to have success here, and it just isn't that way. So you got a little drive and a little passion and some vision, and you'll do the work. You can do. Jelena caught it pretty early. I think she started when she was. I know she chose internet marketing and home business over college. Now she's 21, which is crazy to me. I wish I knew half of what she knows, anything of what she knows right now when I was 21. My goodness. But let's bring her out. She's an L4 leader. She's a certified coach with MLSP as well. Jelena Ostrovska from Latvia, not Russia, Latvia. I know. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Yeah, I actually just turned 22, so a couple days ago.
Oh my God, you're getting old.
I know, right?
Goodness. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations on this.
Thank you. Yeah, first of all, thank you for inviting me because honestly, I started network marketing when I was 18, so almost 4 years ago. And instead of going to college in September 2014, I joined MLSP. And I never looked back. I never downgraded my account. I never canceled. I knew that that was the place. So, and yeah, 2.5 years ago, I was only dreaming of being on the Wednesday webinar. So I'm super grateful to be here. So yeah, and in terms of, hitting ranks and hitting, hitting the affiliate contest, obviously I was not I couldn't even think about doing that 2 years ago, because I'll tell you, just being on this webinar, I'm kind of getting emotional because 2 years ago I was too Russian to record a video. My accent and just I was not able to put together two words into one sentence, so it was that bad. Okay, I was good at English among Russians, but among English speaking people, I totally sucked. Okay, so it was a lot of getting over myself. So in moving forward, I mean, I just had to put everything together, and obviously I started, with doing free strategies. And I'll tell you, my biggest kickoff was about a year ago when Ray came out with a 3-minute expert, and I said, okay, if Ray was able to do that, I'm on it. And blogging was really my start. And then I added prospects into that, and I started doing, Facebook profiles. So I was not really building a Facebook fan page, but I said, okay, so if I don't really have money to put into paid advertising, I'm gonna smash it with my energy. So I was like, I'm young, I have tons of time on my plate, and I was talking to 20, 30 people every single day, like clockwork. My head didn't hit the pillow before, and I'm tracking stuff. Okay, I'm the planner junkie, so I track all the stuff. I put all the numbers in, and I made sure that I talked to at least 20, 30 people every single day. So that was my strategy. And but I knew that, I couldn't really, and I hit L3 just by doing that. Okay, before Austin, I hit L3, and then I remember Ray Higdon said, what got you here is not gonna get you there. And that's when Sherry and we kind of decided to team up. I mean, we were good friends with Kay before, and then after Austin, we've been talking pretty much every single day. I mean, I don't talk with anybody as much as I talk with Sherry. So she said, girl, you got to do some Facebook advertising. And I said, okay, that kind of makes sense, because to go from L3 to L4, I kind of have to hit L3 all over again. And I said, okay, I'm on it. I can do some paid advertising. And I started doing that slowly. And then, I've been building up my fan page by using Mark Harbour strategies, JC Jameson strategies. And with paid advertising specifically, I placed number 3 in affiliate contest for lead generation for race contest, which they turned, there were some pretty big marketers. So, and I did it with Facebook advertising. And I can actually show you one of the ads. If I can do a screen share real quick, because we've all pretty much doing, similar strategies right now. Over the last 5 months, I've been building up the fan page. So since September, once I, get back home from Austin, and I've added over 2,000 people to my fan page. So, and I would say most of the people that I've signed up during this contest, and how I hit L4, excuse me, and it was just by paid advertising. So primarily, I do have a pretty good base on my Facebook profile, and I would say some people have been following me around and kind of stalking for the last year, and they didn't sign up. Okay, so I would say one of my strategies, people have been asking me what's your main strategy? I say, well, it's consistency. If I go for blogging, it's going to be consistent. If I go for paid advertising, it's going to be consistent. If I go for Facebook Lives, I would do them daily. Today I've done 3 Facebook Lives already. I would do another one if it wasn't 4 a.m. So I would say consistency, that has been, pretty huge for me, because my biggest problem in the beginning, in the first year, I was just failing at MLSP and in the business in general, was I was all over the place. I didn't have that clear plan. And that's what, Sherry and Kay and me, we have figured these things out over the last, a little over a year. And that's why we've put together that boot camp where we can help people condense time, because I don't want people to struggle for years like I have. So, that's kind of, I feel like, when, you can do this all on your own, but when you have 3 people, 2 people or 3 people, and when you can combine different efforts, then it's dangerous, right? So yeah, and I've been building up my Facebook fan page as well, because that is the ultimate leverage, right? When you can retarget people, and just what JC Jameson has been teaching over the last months, this is some ninja strategies. I have never thought about doing retargeting or anything like that. So, and there's just a lot of possibilities. Like when you think about it, I was just chatting with Cheryl, I think yesterday, I don't even remember when it was, and I was sharing with her some different ideas for advertising. And I mean, there's just some huge possibilities. So I can actually show you an ad that I've run for the webinar that we hosted. And I got about, I think the total number of people that have registered, and keep in mind, I haven't done a webinar in over a year and a half. So the previous webinars that I've done, they were just a total failure. I had maybe like 10 people on, and this time I had over 180 people registered, and most of them came through advertising. So, and within probably, I don't know, today, yesterday, I signed up, a few people from those webinars, cold market. So yeah, I can show you the ad real quick if you would like me to do.
Yeah. Right on. Congratulations to all your success, my friend. Very cool. So so are you in this, were you running everyone's ads, or each individually, you guys all had your own ads? Okay, cool.
All right, can you see the screen?
Yep. There it is.
All right, so me personally, I'm not a huge fan of throwing links. Okay, so I'm not doing a lot of ads where I put links and stuff like that, because honestly, I mean, they never really work well for me. And I kind of pretty much, I was listening to the wake up call today. I missed Liz Dora's wake up call, but I did listen to the Facebook Live. And so she was sharing, the strategy of, like, hey, if I could show you X, X amount of results, or how to avoid some kind of pain, drop a, yes into the comments. And I've been doing that strategy every single time for lead generation. I mean, there was a day when I got over 100 leads, and I was actually sharing that on a Tuesday hangout. So that was some pretty cool strategy. And I did I was like, well, it's working. It might as well work for a webinar. So all I did was I took a picture. Okay, so it was from Grand Canyon trip that I went to after a GoPro event. And I throw like just a little text like free training. All right, so I put some copy over here and no link, no nothing. It was just like, hey, if you would like to attend the webinar, here's what you're going to learn. Here are the benefits for you. So, and it was a little bit of work on my end. Obviously, you can see, I've put quite a bit of money into ads. Organic reach was about like 5,000 people, which is not too shabby either. And paid was almost 12,000 people. So, and the comments, I got like 144 comments or something like that. And I mean, most of the people, some people came from my profile. Some people came, I mean, the majority were from the fan page, and you can see there's a ton of people on here. So the only thing that I had to do was to just respond to them, which, I mean, it's a little bit of work, but it's worth it, right? So I would say that has been my primary way of really, generating leads, because I'm telling you, it's not really about the contest. I mean, for me, if you can get that kind of engagement, that kind of social proof when like over 500 people like the picture, and then, I mean, when in the beginning, it kind of starts slow. And I've actually been running some other ads with links and different stuff where I reached like 70,000 people. I mean, with my Facebook profile, I would never, ever, ever be able to do that. So that's what I'm saying. And that's kind of how Sherry convinced me in doing the Facebook fan page as well. It is leverage. You are not going to be able to reach that many people on the Facebook profile, because on the Facebook profile, we all have that Facebook algorithm which shows our posts to only like 5% of people that are on our friends list. So, and here it's just a whole different game. And I'm telling you, I mean, this can be done for anything. I mean, find a good picture, it can be an ebook, it can be, whatever, like something catchy, something that stands out, not just, a boring picture of, I don't know what. So, and then put some good copy in it, put some emojis. I mean, honestly, that stuff stands out. I would say if you just put a boring text there, it's not going to work. You have to promise people some kind of benefit, which I showed with them how like a broke high school kid went from nothing to 10xing her business in 12 months, and how they can do it too. So this can be done for ebooks, this can be done for webinars, this can be done for, I don't know, workshops or whatever. Like whenever you have some kind of free offer, and if you want to generate leads and then follow up with them, I mean, it's not that difficult to get, I don't know, like I think from that ad, I've added about 120 extra new people to my list within like, I don't know, 5 days. So that was really probably the most amount of leads that I've got in, in a pretty short amount of time. And then I did promote the replay as well. So that has been pretty much kind of my main strategy. And this has been the main post where I've been pushing ads.
Okay, right on. So you were same as with Jelena. You were running some ads. You did a live webinar first and did something. I assume that pre-sold MLSP in this case. Okay, so there we go, guys. Another webinar, by the way. And she put an ad on Facebook and did what Lisa Torres talked about this morning, which was what was the copy there, Jelena? If you want to learn how to do X, just type in the comments, I'm in.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so the copy that I've put, it was super simple. Like, let's say if you're running a home business, I'm doing a free training this week. If you'd like to register, drop I'm in below into the comments and I'll send you the info. And then it was just the headline, and then I throw a couple bullet points of what people could learn on the webinar. And
they say yes, and all you do is reply. You send them a message, and exactly. They wanted to talk to you. In fact, they reached out to you, and you just start a conversation, give them a link to your webinar. Get them on the webinar.
Best part, you know what's the best part? And I've been talking with some people. Whenever you go to your phone, or whenever let's say, this is something I'm doing as well. Whenever somebody likes my fan page, I usually send them a quick message and I say thank you, and then I try to strike a conversation. Keep it going and see, and to build relationships with them. But what happens is you actually move from the fan page to the personal profile. And that way they forget, they're like, oh, like what was the fan page? Because if it's from paid advertising, they like a bunch of stuff, and then you have to remind them. So, but what happens from here is, this is the feature that I like. Whenever somebody drops a comment, you can immediately below, and I don't know if I can share this. Let me actually go ahead and share the screen real quick. So, because if you want to increase engagement on your fan page, this is going to really help. Because let's say if somebody so for example, let me scroll all the way to the bottom. I know there's some message. Okay, so there you go. So let's say John, he throws a comment. Awesome. Okay, so what I can do is I can message him, and it goes directly from here. So he's actually going to see the post, and he's going to know exactly what I'm talking about, not just some random webinar, because most likely if he's dropping some comments all over, he's getting a ton of different messages, and he may not even remember who I am. All right, so he's going to see what I'm talking about, and then most likely, he's going to register. And then you can also see response, and more importantly, this message is actually going to be sent from your fan page. So you're kind of starting a conversation from your fan page, not from the profile. So hopefully that's making sense, because most of the time you have to go to your profile in order to message people.
That's awesome. Instead of just hitting, guys, you see that? Instead of hitting reply there, you can just message them. So literally, she's got however many comments that say, hey, raise their hand and say, hey, Jelena, I'm in. I want to learn whatever you're going to learn on the webinar. She does 20, 30, 40 minutes of content. And I assume it pre-sells MLSP. Maybe she's talking about branding, attraction marketing, that you need a blog, you need to, find a target market and an audience. And then, hey, you need ongoing training, and you need support, and you need a CRM, which is just very effortlessly, right there is when we talk about leaders taking affiliate contests or really going the extra mile. I think the common thread, I can't wait to hear Kay here, is webinars and value in terms of what else could you create, and putting that very simply on Facebook, guys. That's easy. She just got creative, gave some value, got a webinar that converts, and then took the recording. And did you run some ads to the actual recording as well, Jelena, or was it just to the ads?
And that's how I got in a couple more members as well today. Yep.
Cool. And guys, that is step by step how it sounds like both of these two powerhouse women here have been crushing it in their businesses. Live webinars, over getting creative and over delivering in terms of value, and some Facebook ads to get some traffic, to find an audience, and then each of them gave a couple little tidbit nuggets on what they've been doing as well on Facebook. And that was a cool tip, to message straight from your fan page as well, so that little snippet is in the actual message, and super relevant, super congruent, laser specific. They know exactly what they liked, and you just continue the conversation. That's awesome. Cool. Jelena, you are a rock star. Stick around as well. We're going to open this up for some Q&A for after we go to the only male on the panel. And I think it was Tucker who said, where are all the guys, man? Which I laughed, and she's right. I think there were 2 guys in the top 10, man. I don't know what's going on, but I'm happy to have a friend. We got to hang out in Vegas as well. Same with Jelena, and all of us hung out at Live the Dream. But yeah, man, Kay, you're doing amazing out there. I think you were tied for second or third at this point. Obviously, a younger guy. You're doing this thing full time. I definitely am very much looking forward to your secrets here, man. And Sherry shared a little bit about how you guys met. It looked like they came to you, right? Because they wanted your skill sets or something when they were everyone was L0, which is so cool, guys. Everyone wants to hit L5 and L4 and L5 and stuff. Like, it wasn't long ago these guys were, watching webinars like this and taking notes. And of course, they still attend a bunch of webinars and learn, and they're ongoing students. But, they were like, for example, Sherry Brown is now an L5. With that comes a lot of cool stuff that we're going to be doing with her. And she's going to, there was a time not too long ago she was L0. You're watching the development happen like right here, and it's so cool. And Kay is right on the cusp of doing all of this stuff with his business. Anyway, Kay, come on out, man. I'm very excited to have the only male in the panel here to share some manly secrets with the group here. And yeah, man, what's going on in your world? Congrats on what you're doing. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing what you've been up to.
Yeah, what's going on, Brian? What's going on, MLSP family? Let's just make sure you can all hear and see me first before I jump into everything. So just let me know in the chat, or just let me know that you can see me in that.
Yeah, brother, you look good. Sound crystal clear. Yep.
All right, wicked. So, my boss babes, Sherry and Yelena, they've already given away half the secrets. So mine may be a little bit shorter. But yeah, Sherry and I met when we were both L0. Accountability partners, absolutely crucial, guys. I didn't really see the whole point of it before, and this has really got me to where I'm going. And to put in perspective, in February, I was still in L0. I think I hit L1 towards the end of March. So this can be done very quickly. So you'll want to know about hitting the leaderboard, what we've been able to do in the affiliate contest. And like they've said, the boot camp, that is what really brought everything together. Really, your goal is to over deliver. MLSP gives so much, all right? It gives so much. But if you're in a contest like this, you really want to over deliver. Think, what more can you really provide? What can you do? So the three of us decided to team up. They say 2 heads are better than 1. Well, guess what? 3 are better than 2. So we teamed up. We made this boot camp, taking people step by step. And we thought about what were our struggles. So what did Sherry struggle with? The 2 of us are going to come in and we are going to address that. What did I struggle with? Them 2 are going to pick up the slack. And we're going to provide this incredible experience for other people that literally is worth its weight in gold. We made it just so irresistible that I think people would be crazy if they didn't take us up on it. So differently to the ladies, they've both built a lot of theirs on fan page. I did mine completely the opposite. In fact, I ran my first Facebook ad the other day and it performed so badly that I shut it down. So I'll be able to give you a different perspective. Because I did it all without ads. And that's something I'm going to be learning now. And when I learn to do my Facebook ads right, wow, it's going to be dangerous. All right. But I've done this all from my profile and all from Warm Market specifically. So when I say Warm Market, I've connected with people. I've turned Cold Market into Warm Market by connecting with them, chatting to them, asking how they are, about their pets, their life. When they come onto my videos, like Sherry said, she's been building up for a year. I've been building up for a year as well. My profile, adding people every single day, sticking to that DMO, providing value, not pitching people, just pure attraction marketing at the core, consistently, minimum of 3 times a week videos for a year. And I don't think there's been a day that I haven't posted on Facebook. And many of you have seen me on Facebook. I travel a lot. I've traveled probably about 10 weeks this year. And no matter which city I'm in, which country I'm in, I'm always doing my videos. It doesn't matter if I'm in the streets of Paris or in a coffee shop in Madrid, I am doing my videos. I'm doing my posts. I'm sharing some lifestyle stuff. Always. Doesn't take a few minutes to whip out the phone, right? So I've been very consistent on that for a year. And so because I built up these relationships, I'm going to tell you something a little bit funny. I actually got my first people into the boot camp, and I'm talking like my first, I think 5, 7 or 8, something like that, people into MLSP in the boot camp without even showing them anything. What I did was I did a little video talking about the boot camp, maybe I think 8 or 10 minutes long, And I went through all the people on my Facebook friends list. But I'm like, okay, I know Johnny on a first name basis. We know each other. We've chatted on Facebook. We've replied to some comments of each other's. And I just hit him up on Messenger. And it went a little something like this. I called it out. I didn't try and beat around the bush. I use voice messenger. I love using voice messenger. You can really get your point across. You can get the intonation. There's no confusion. It's more personal. And I'll just hit him up like, hey, Johnny, this is Kate. I see you've been doing some cool stuff. It looks interesting. Anyway, I get to the point. And I said, because I've built up the relationship, I know a lot about the person. And I said, based on what we've talked about, you've come onto some of my videos. You really get some value from this stuff. And you love how I did this. And we've talked about, you doing some video marketing. Well, hey, man, I wanted to check if you're open to something. I'm putting together this 8-week boot camp. It's really going to take marketing full circle for everybody, really address the gaps, because there's a lot of stuff in the industry. And let's face it, it can be very overwhelming and confusing. As you've seen what I've been able to do, I want to take this full circle, leave no gaps for anybody, and bring them out the other side a better marketer. If you're open to hearing some more about that, let me know, mate, and I will share some info with you. And I literally messaged that to 20 people a day. I messaged that to 20 people each day because I didn't want Facebook to say, why are you messaging so many people? All the people that I had actually chatted to. If there's someone I'd added, but we hadn't ever talked, I'm not going to do that, okay? I'm not going to straight pitch him, but this is the thing. Pitching is bad because you don't know the person, but when you know them and you know about them and you've talked to them over and over, it's not pitching. Then it becomes like a friend recommending a restaurant to another friend. And we hear that analogy in network marketing, but when you're a stranger, it's not the same. If a stranger recommends a restaurant to you, you don't care. But when somebody who's been chatting to you and helping you out, providing you valuable content, hits you up and says this, you're going to be more open to take a look. So a lot of people didn't reply. Some did. I sent those the info, and I think I got my first 5 or 7 or 8 people in that way. So kind of by, I guess you could call it pitching, but I built up so much value with the people first. Then I found out if they were open. They were. I sent them to the capture page that I created in Funnelizer and just had the video on the other side. If they want to get started, the link was below. Okay. And like the other 2 girls said, straight to the 150, no $10 trial, because I'd given so much value up front. So you don't want to be desperate. You just want to see at that point if they're open, and then just provide the thing.
So yeah, man, love it. I was just gonna ask you real quick on that. Hold on one second, okay. So you were more of the, and you guys, I just want to reiterate for our guests and members. So first 2 ladies were more ads, paid traffic. Kay's out there, more travel and more like just rapport building in terms of connecting and networking on Facebook, and slowly building relationships. And so he's built that trust with them where he can drop a note and say, hey, it looks like the videos are doing great, or you're doing awesome, man. Just so you know, heads up, I'm doing a quick boot camp, this and that. Let me know if you're interested. So he did extend, he did have that rapport and those relationships starting to build, because he is so active on Facebook and connecting and sharing his life and connecting with people who are in his audience. And from that, people, I assume, just say, yeah, man, let me, what are you up to? And you send them the link to whatever this 8 to 10 minute video is. Is that how that went? And that's that? Yeah,
that's it. And like you said about sharing the life, that's a really key thing for me, because this works well for me because I share everything. People have seen me on my Facebook. They've seen me doing videos. They've seen me getting groceries. I think I've done a Facebook Live in the supermarket. They've seen me getting my hair cut. They've seen pictures and videos of me while I've been in surgery. They have seen everything. So they really know me. They don't just feel like they know me. They absolutely do know me. More people are open to take a look. Some do, some don't, but they are way more open, right?
I love this because it is so, everyone thinks that there's this cookie cutter or the silver, this magic pill to take, man. Kay's approach is so different from, like, for example, Sherry's stay-at-home mom, focus, building the business and then being with family. Kay's out and about sharing everything in his life. Sherry, I assume you're not sharing, you getting your haircut as much as Kay is out there running around in Paris and Madrid and things like that. So guys, they're totally two different, direct response marketing and social networking. I'm not saying both aren't doing a little bit of both. And same with Jelena. Jelena's obviously doing social media and a little bit of paid ads, but these, the contrast here with Jelena and with Sherry and Kay, like there's not one way to do this thing. It's what do you want to do, and then just go do it like crazy. And that's cool. That's very refreshing, I'm sure, for everyone to know that Kay is like number 2 or 3 in this contest without even having to put up a paid ad, or got one up and it got shut down or something. And it was all, having slowly but surely built his audience on Facebook and just sharing. And guys, by the way, if you are in network marketing, I don't care the product, you have lifestyle. Yeah, that's 100% what we're selling in network marketing. You're selling that dream lifestyle, the product, comp plan, service, whatever it is. That's a cool attachment to it. But that's why what Kay is doing is working, because he's out there living his life and showing like that it is possible. He can build his business and have some freedom as well. Didn't mean to cut you off there, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone sees the contrast that there is. You find what you want to do and what you're good at, and whether you have a budget or you don't, there's no excuses to not at least get going and get to work. Yeah,
and with sharing all that stuff on Facebook, so that's how I got my first few people. Then specifically for the contest, that's what I've been doing year round. Specifically for the contest, I thought, there's some pretty cool prizes up for grabs. Let's 10x this. And you've heard the ladies also say that 10x it. So I decided, okay, let's ramp it up. Instead of 3 videos a week, I'm doing 4 to 5 videos a week. Every single call to action is leading back to the bootcamp. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm saying, look, you've heard me talk about this before at the end of the videos last 3 days. Well, here is the bootcamp. I'm going to talk about it again. I'm not going to hide it, because I don't pitch all year round. Like, I'm not a pitch person. So when I do, people are way more open and receptive to hear it. It's like, if you give away 9 apples, it's fine to ask for 1 in return. People will give you 1, right? And what was really cool is, because I managed to get a few people in from the voice notes I dropped, you know what? I'm really big on sharing results. Screenshotted those. I put up some results. Would you like to learn how I did this? Okay. And then did a post, and same kind of strategy, drop a comment below. No link, build the intrigue. And I can show you a little bit of a screen share of a couple that I did after I got a few. And I'm not that big a lead person. I prefer my leads to be very targeted. But even Kay Somji got 45 leads yesterday, and I think 29 the day before. Nice. From doing this, very highly qualified. So I'm going to share the screen over. Just let me know when you see it. And I'm going to pop up Facebook here. Do you all see my my Facebook screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. So here's one I did just on the 15th, just a couple of days ago. I said, look, my inbox has been blowing up with people asking. So I decided to share something really big that I haven't shared with the public before. Bit of copy. If you want to get all of this, you can screenshot or check out my page. So I did a bit of copy. And then I had a screenshot, so I put a little picture of me there, a little picture of some of the results I was able to get. And really, in this copy, it's not about bragging. It's about, relating to the person, where I was, where I am now, how I've been able to get there, and I'm going to show them how to do it. Okay. And then I've just said at the bottom here, drop a comment below and I'll send you a PM with the goods. And here I've had 32 comments plus all of these. So about 35 comments or so there. One more post I've done here. That's being cheeky with the car. One more here. So I did another one after I did my webinar and I got some good feedback. I said, isn't it annoying when all the big leaders get all kinds of results but don't share how they did it? A little bit more copy here. Drop I'm in the comments and I'll send it to you. And again here, 50 comments. 50 comments, connecting with every single person, taking the time to message them, treat them like a real person, message them, ask them a few questions. And then, and again, I did the rest that I did there was driving them to a webinar there. So
nice. So was that your page or your profile?
That is my Facebook profile.
Yeah, profile. Okay, it's cool. So you
My
did
fan page. Yeah, my fan page I don't really use. I've been building it up in the background, just so that when I do start doing the big things like my boss babes are doing, then it doesn't look like it's been nothing, right? But you want to share all the results, even if you don't have results. You know what? Share other people's. This is a powerful thing about MLSP. If one of your friends just hit L1 by getting 3 signups in a week, go share it. Go congratulate that person. Doesn't matter that it's not your referral. The fact is you are congratulating. You are in a community environment. And at the core of it, this is what people want. As Brian said, they want the lifestyle. They want to belong. People want a sense of community. You know, the money and everything is great. But when you're in a fantastic community like this, you don't get this everywhere. So cherish what you've got and use it. You know what you have. So yeah, what you're going to get is a reflection of what you've done building up. Share all testimonials, all results. When somebody says something that helped out, that the bootcamp helped them out in, you know, I shared that. One of our friends who's in the chat right now, Krista Chilcote, she's also hitting the leaderboard. She's placing in the contest from some of these things we shared in the bootcamp. You know, she was able to, I think at the peak of it, she was number 3 on the 30-day leaderboard and ranked up from L0 to L2 in 2 weeks. Crazy. So I'm not just sharing my results and saying, look at me.
awesome.
I'm sharing other people's results and I'm celebrating her. And you know what? She, not that directly led to stuff, but maybe gave her some exposure. She's also somewhere on the leaderboard for this affiliate contest. Probably going to win a prize as well. It's really cool. Yeah, those are my main things. And one other thing that I want to share as well is really removing all risk. When you've given this much value, and I explained the whole boot camp to everybody, I'll remove the risk. You know, if people have said, yes, they're in, yes, they love this, and they love the idea of the boot camp, well, look, I anticipate and eliminate objections before they come up. So if I can tell somebody's feeling about the price, I'll say, look, I can relate. You're probably thinking, is this going to work for you? Well, you know what? Here's a 30-day completely money back. All risk is off the table. Is there really anything holding them back? And if there is, I will just call it out. I'm very straight up front. I'll say, look, you still seem a bit hesitant. Tell me what's up and we'll work through it. This may or may not be for you, but I want to help you get there if it is, because this really changed everything for me. I'm not trying to convince, but I'm going to convert everybody who is convertible. That's what I'm here to do, okay? To help everybody get started in the best way they can. So I'm very authentic with it. I call it out and handle objections before they arise because it's very socially calibrated. If you can think what the other person's thinking, or if you know what they're thinking and you bring it up, you're not trying to hide anything, it's very socially intelligent and people are really going to respect that, the fact that you are helping them and calling it out and looking at them as more than just a dollar sign.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Man, this is a celebration tonight. You guys are doing awesome. You guys are getting results and we're having some fun, man. And I know that not obviously for those who are brand new to MLSP, we've got a lot of new members or maybe your guests tonight. Chances are MLSP is not these guys' like main source of income. They use MLSP as a tool of leverage and education, platform training. They've got, you know, certainly they've got their coaching clients as well. So that means that this is just like a snippet of their business and they're doing, you know, it's just cool. And I know that these guys are building, they're in this like momentum phase where like this next year, and we've seen it happen for, you know, for many entrepreneurs, it takes a couple of years. It doesn't need to, but for a lot, at least in our experience, we've seen it takes a couple of years to get just your tail whooped, to just get beat up pretty hard until you find until you really find the skill sets, you find the mentors, you find the partnerships, the accountability partners, like all these 3 have talked about this evening. And then it's, then you kind of just hold on. Then, because these guys they don't just have a taste, like they see this amazing lifestyle and they're building it right now. And when that happens, like everything, you ask these guys that live the dream, was it worth it? I mean, if you ask them now, was it worth it? I know a lot of them went through a lot of struggle to get to where they are right now, to even, you know, to figure out the time, the money, the energy, the blood, sweat, and tears, the sleepless nights, the having to do things that they don't like to do, like a little bit of technical stuff or figuring out how to find a solution around it. But they did it. And I know that, you know, over the next 5-10 years, these guys are going to make such a splash in whatever area they want to go to, because they've become recession proof. That's really one of the goals of MLSP, is to help you make yourself recession proof, and whatever that means to you, and whatever model, whatever industry, whatever the passion brings you. And tonight is a celebration for some of our top affiliates, and we just wanted to honor them tonight. And I think what'd be cool, if you guys have a couple minutes, maybe for the next 15 minutes, we'll just open it up for questions and let you guys, you know, I know we only about a third of what is normally on this webinar because of some link problems, but we haven't lost anybody. So obviously you guys are dropping some nuggets, and it'd be cool if you guys, are you all good to take just a couple of minutes for Q&A? All good?
Of course.
Awesome. There, do you guys should be able to see the Q&A. Do you guys see them? And by the way, as they look, guys, for the attendees to your left, there's a lit up question mark box. Take advantage. Pepper as many questions as we can to these guys. Do you guys see that?
Yeah, I can see it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Where is it? Oh, okay, QA. Okay, I see it. Yep. Okay,
cool. Yeah, if you guys just want to go round robin or just read one, and some, you know, feel free. And I'll take a look too, guys. But do not, guys, 15 minutes. Do not let them off the hook. If you've got something you want to grill them with an ad or a mindset or a boot camp tip, whatever. Let's go. Let's go.
So how much time per week did you work this business in 2015-16 to build this business? I mean, I'm going to say for myself, I mean, I didn't go to college. I didn't go anywhere. I never had a job. So I went full in. So for me, it was literally 14 hours a day, like every single day. Like, I'm not joking. I'm crazy when it comes to that, because for me, it was a big learning curve. And I know we have some people for whom English is not the first language. So I had to seriously up my game to be at the same level as everybody else. So for me, it was a lot of hours.
So I'm seeing a question where it says camera shy. Any suggestions? I'll throw out a couple of suggestions for you. First and foremost, it's going to be mindset. So stop making it about you and start focusing on the message, because that's what it's about. And trust me, I've done videos where seriously somebody has came on my fan page and started talking about my eyebrows. I know I'm not in the makeup industry, but just focus on yourself, or not on yourself. Focus on who you're serving. Focus on the message. And another tip, because I actually have somebody in MLSP who had major fear of camera. And so what we did was she slowly started working into it. So she would do a recording, like a screen share recording, and she would do a little training where she was just like showing you a PowerPoint and you could hear her voice. And that was something that really kind of helped bring her into video. And now, and you guys know, Kay and Jelena, Simi, she's been busting out videos left and right lately. But she started slow, and she started with more like her voice, and then slowly worked her way in front of the camera. I hope that helps.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, Simi's been doing really well. She's been killing it. I'm seeing a question here from Lisa Hoffman. Do you have businesses other than MLSP that you are using MLSP to drive customers to? So yes, MLSP is not my main source. It's just a side affiliate program. I promote this to people who don't want to join my business, or people who are already in other companies. And it's not just network marketing. I build other stuff as well. And the exposure online that MLSP has given me, I'm actually launching something new in this year, which is nothing related to marketing or anything in this space. But MLSP is, the skill sets I've built up are really going to help me in terms of getting exposure for that. So yeah, absolutely, you can build other things with this.
Somebody was asking Brian about coaching, how to get coaching. If you log into the back office of MLSP, there is something that should be on your main home screen where you can set up like a strategy session with a concierge.
Yeah, or under training, you can click, hover over training, and then you're gonna see like a drop down below, and you'll be able to see get a 101 certified coach, and click there, and there's gonna be an application form.
And I just want to add, while we're doing the round robin, really raise your awareness. And this is something I learned from, I want to say Ray Higdon, probably. I'm a little bit of a stalker-ish, but in a good way, not a bad way. But raise your awareness. So what I do is I look at some other big time marketers like Ray Higdon and some other just industry leaders in general. And I look and see what they're doing on social media. And I will mirror that. So one thing, I'll kind of give you an example. One thing I noticed was Chalene Johnson, who's huge. Obviously, she's not involved in MLSP, but she is huge into just the home business space and helping entrepreneurs and also fitness. And one thing I noticed is she was using her Facebook cover photo as kind of like a form of advertisement. So she was using her banner to build her email list. If she had a promo, she would change up her banner. And that's something that I noticed from raising my awareness, and I started doing myself. And so if you look on my personal fan page, Sherry Brown Coaching, you're going to see my Facebook banner is all about my free resource, my freebie offer, and then it has my call to action button pointing to that. Since I started doing that, I've actually generated way more leads. So that's just another tip, is just to start raising your awareness.
Okay, I see Charisse, I think it is, asked, this has been moving a bit. She asked, how do you start conversations with people on Facebook? Well, first I find somebody in my target market. So either through a network marketing group, if that's the niche you're in, maybe somebody's fan page that you mutually follow, something like that. And I find, I go and look at them, and I actually take a couple minutes to go check them out. And I'll find something. I'll maybe like a couple of their things. I send them a friend request and I message them, and I start a normal conversation. So nothing to do with business, no pitching. Think about when you meet somebody at a party or out in the street, you're not talking business right away. Otherwise, you're probably not making many friends. So I go and I message them, and I might say something like, hey, Charisse, I saw you on so-and-so's fan page. Really cool. I love the comment you shared. I thought I'd come and check you out. I'm very straight up. I like throwing things out. I thought I'd come and check you out. I see your pictures from holiday. They look really cool. Where did you go? Love the vibe on your page, by the way. Added you as a friend. Very simple, okay? So pretty much talking about what's on their page, talk about them, and I keep it away from business. Everything but business. Literally, family, holidays, something about their profile picture, their interest, their about section, where are they from? Very nice conversation starter.
Okay, so I see a question while Sherry's out. So Valerie's asking, so you all promote on Facebook only, or did you guys split off into like Twitter, IG? If not, would you recommend or prefer linking up with all using the same market? I mean, honestly, me personally, I'm not doing Twitter, I'm not doing Instagram. I decided to really focus because I would say if you're just getting started, or even if even if you're not getting started, I would say Facebook is enough. And for me, this is where it's at. And I heard a phrase a while ago, if you can master Facebook, you can master anything. Because for me, Facebook is a combination of Instagram because it's images, it's a combination of Periscope because of Facebook Live, it's a combination of status updates like Twitter. So it's all in one. And boosted with Facebook ads, I mean, that is a killer. So I would say just go with Facebook. And I didn't do anything. I mean, the only thing I do on Instagram is I just post stories because I have 11,000 followers. I might as well get in front of them. That is the only thing I do there.
Okay, I see a lot about ads. Those are for you too. Those are for you two, ladies.
I'm not seeing those questions.
On
like
the
the question that Jelena, I'm seeing the questions box, but like the question that you answered earlier, like I'm not even seeing it.
It's just because I removed it, so we see less questions.
Do you want to read them out to her, Jelena, or can she see them?
Well, I see one. It's from Brad. He's asking, how did you deliver the boot camp? Was it a website, an autoresponder, or some other delivery system? So this is what we did because obviously we were on limited time and we wanted to make it as simple as possible. And being the non-techie one, I'm all about simplicity. So what we did was basically we just created a private Facebook group. Okay. That's it. We created a private Facebook group, and each week, now this is for the ones who are in the live boot camp, okay? Because we have those who are in the live boot camp, and we shut the doors on that December 27th. So I'm going to tell you how we're delivering the live and then how we're delivering those who come into the replay. So those who came in after. So with the private Facebook group, that's for the live, the people who are in the live boot camp. And each Monday, Jelena posts a Zoom link, and we get on, just a live training every Monday. For those who can't get on, we upload the files in the files section of the group. So it's literally like it's free. You know what I mean? We're using Zoom. We have a private Facebook group. That's it. So everything, all the replays are in the files section of the group. Now, how we're delivering the replay component is we created a list in Aweber. So that's what all three of us use. And so if somebody comes in, we just add them to our list in Aweber, and we're literally just taking the recordings. So we have a YouTube channel that's just for Total Marketing Immersion. And we just take the recordings, and each week those people get a new email unlocking the next week's training. And it's literally just the replay of the live added to our autoresponder. And that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Aye, that's awesome. Not even a member site. You guys are absolutely amazing. Guys, for those who think that there was like that, anybody can do that. And that is so awesome and beautiful the way that they put that together, because they couldn't, of course, these guys could figure out something like a member site if they needed to, but they had to do it quick. They're resourceful. They had a vision. They knew where they were going. And so they drop a live link in a Facebook. They promised, I assume, a weekly, once a week live, something that they drop in. They have a Zoom, which is completely free, and they record it. And now they've got the recordings for these guys who came in through this boot camp. And it was all off the cuff. It was not off the cuff. It was planned, of course, but they didn't have the boot camp or the product. None of it was created, right, guys and gals?
Mm-mm.
None of it was. Oh, go ahead.
No. So each week, basically, the boot camp starts with My Academy. So that's the pre-work. They get access to My Academy with a coupon code. They're in. That's their first. Then what we did with the 8 weeks of webinars that we're doing is we're splitting them up. So Kay had the first one. Jelena did the second one. I did the third one. So it literally creates a lot of leverage for us, because out of 8 weeks, I only did 3 webinars.
Right.
And then, and that's 3 webinars that are my strength. So I can, really help with that. And so it's not as time consuming as people would really think, especially when you team up with somebody who has strengths that you don't. And that's exactly what we did, is we all have our own strengths. And I think that's what makes this work so well, is, and we're all just as gung-ho. Like, we're all very much, we have the same goals, and that's it.
That's killer. Yeah, I just saw a comment. I'm in the chat now instead of the Q&A. Valerie Lewis reminded me there. Guys, all of these guys and gals are certified coaches. So they do have they do work with some of our clients who raise their hand and say they want one-on-one attention and they want a coach to guide them. And these guys have some serious value and some serious training as coaches to actually give you really make an impact and move your business forward. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat about that, where you can come and get check out a holiday link and get 10% more coaching right now. It actually ends tonight, as well as the affiliate contest, which I just refreshed, by the way. Sherry, you're still in first.
Bro, I've been sweating and nobody is telling me how many Terry Lamb has. And I'm just like, can it please be freaking midnight already? Because I am sweating over here.
It's awesome. Yeah. So guys, these guys are coaches, and the link I just put in the chat that's going pretty quickly is a link. It's mlsp.com/holiday. If you click that link before midnight tonight, you can speak to one of our coaching concierges and have a conversation about the program and which coach will be a good fit if you want coaching, and just basically where you're at in your business and where you want to go, and if it's a good fit and a good match. Our guys are trained up to see what will if it's a good fit. And if it is, you'll get a little bit more coaching, more one-on-one time with Kay, with Jelena, with Sherry, or whomever we link you up with based on the stuff that you want to get in your business.
Yes, because Brian totally knows that if somebody is wanting tech stuff, he ain't going to send them to Sherry Berry. He's going to send them.
I'm taking the techie people.
That's right. Strong suits. It's a beautiful thing, guys. And that's part of this. You know, if you can tell, they all three have very different personalities, different skill sets. And that's how, one of the things that we took, just real quick, is a wealth dynamics test with me, Norbert, and Todd, the three creators of our business back in 2008, just to make sure that we had the right components and qualities that came together. And it was the most complimentary result that we've ever seen in terms of personality. It's like $100 test. I encourage you to if you are going to go in a venture with business partners like big, and you've got a big vision, go find the wealth dynamics test, because it will basically, I mean, you can tell all three of these bring different skill sets and different strong suits to the table, which is why it works. And to find partners and accountability partners like that is so key, especially for this work from home thing, to be able to plug in and find somebody to run with is it's a big deal. As you can tell tonight, all three of them mentioned it. Can you mute up, Kay, for a sec, or whomever? I'm done talking, but yeah, guys, maybe just two or three more questions here.
Yeah, so
Brian,
there was
wanting the link again. Sorry.
Okay, so there were two questions, pretty similar, like how to start with paid advertising with a small budget. I mean, honestly, like I've been watching Jason Jameson's training and Mark Harber's training, and I've gone through a lot of training about Facebook ads. I mean, I knew a lot about them, so I just kind of started, implementing them like, I don't know, 5 to 6 months ago. And I will tell you that you have to start with a small budget. You are not going to start obviously with $20, $50 a day. I mean, you have to grow up to that. You have to, with Facebook ads, it's all about testing. And I want to give a little kind of disclaimer, because most people say paid advertising is fast results. I will tell you, not from my experience. I mean, for me, I've been testing ads. I'm still testing. I think it's always going to be a test mode, but there's going to be a point where you're going to be able to scale that from, like, I don't know, $5 to $20 eventually, or like, I don't know, $100 a day or something like that. But I'll tell you, I start with just doing likes ad campaigns, which is like $5 a day. I really don't put more than that, because I put up different ads. I mean, there was one ad that literally got exposed to like 70,000 people, and I spent on that probably $30. And I got a lot of people liking my fan page from that. I mean, it's insane what you can do with Facebook ads, but I will tell you that $5 a day is a good way to start, because there are two things, and that's what I usually tell to all the coaching clients. If you put money into ads, please create content on the fan page. I mean, if you don't do that, you're just burning your money. I mean, seriously, like when I invest into something, I take it like seriously. So, and I always suggest that to other people. If you put money into ads, if you build up your audience, $5 a day, so it's like what, $150 budget a month, which is a good start, because from there, I mean, you will see what's working, what's not working, and you can shut off some ads and you can start something new, right? So, but likes ad, I would say this is the very first one to start to build up your audience, because you need more eyeballs for your business. You need to grow your brand. And if nobody knows you, no one's going to do business with you. So, and eventually, I mean, you will have, I mean, just imagine in the beginning, it could be like 50 people. But imagine what you can do when you have 10,000 people on your fan page. I mean, and then you retarget them. I mean, my brain goes always crazy with Facebook ads, okay? I just love this stuff. But I would say $5 a day, this is the way to get started, but create content, because in the beginning, like what Sherry said, it is going to be ghost town and you will be discouraged. Oh, let's say when I was doing Facebook Lives from my fan page, I mean, Sherry told me, like, just do a Facebook Live from there. And I was like, well, I don't know, I don't have anybody there. And I didn't have anybody there. Right now, I can get 200 views on there. So just because I remained consistent, and in the beginning, I wasn't getting any results from the fan page, but eventually, I mean, it's all about staying the course with Facebook ads. So $5 a day is, the way to get started, and then scale from there.
And I'll add another big nugget, and that is, you can sit here and consume training all day long, but if you don't take the time to actually implement what you're learning, you're never going to get anywhere. And I find that a lot of times people are like master students when they should learn how to be master implementers. That's, by actually listening to, Jesse Jameson's training, by getting on and listening to Ray Higdon and Mark Harbor and, the different things that, the different types of training, because I've listened and I've actually implemented and stayed consistent with it, I was able to literally quadruple my annual income from 2015 to 2016. So yeah.
That's awesome. Congrats. Very cool. All right, guys.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's wind it down. We've got 90 minutes left in this affiliate contest. So I just want to, I appreciate y'all. That's, I know, and there's a couple, I want to give you guys a shot if you're doing anything last minute. You guys are super close, so I want to let everyone be on their way. But this was so valuable. I definitely want to have you all back out. Do you guys have any last words of wisdom? There's a lot of people who are looking at MLSP or just getting started, brand new. What would you say or suggest to them about anything, whether it's mindset, marketing, any tidbits or nuggets, if you can remember when you just got started in marketing, what would be like a couple of things or a couple of thoughts?
My biggest tip is when it comes to MLSP, $150 a month is an absolute no-brainer. And if you're sitting here and you're focusing on the money, stop looking at everything as a cost and look at it as an investment. Is $150 a month worth you cutting your learning curve and building the life of your dreams? Is it worth you sitting here and learning and implementing what's being taught inside the community so you don't have to struggle anymore? That's the biggest mindset shift that I can give you when it comes to, if you're sitting here thinking, oh, well, I don't know if I have the extra money for it, find a way. Because if it was not for MLSP, I would literally still be struggling right now. And I 100% know that for a fact. Like, everything that I've been able to do is from, and I seriously thank the good Lord that Ray Higdon mentioned MLSP on a podcast. And I was like, and I've just never looked back. So, you are worth the investment.
Awesome. Right on.
Okay, one thing that I want to say, and I've been kind of saying this for all of my Facebook lives pretty much, a lot of people, they come in and they just test out the waters, or they say, can I test it out for 10 days? I mean, that is the reason why I don't plug people in for 10 days, because number one, people cannot figure out MLSP in 10 days. I did not sign up for any kind of trial. I went all in for 30 days right off the bat. And I always say, do not try things out or anything like that. I mean, commit to at least 12 months. I mean, 12 months, full out, massive action, getting yourself immersed into the community, into the training. And ultimately, my biggest thing in MLSP, I've met so many amazing people. I mean, I no longer hang out with my high school friends. I mean, no, nobody. Last year, I met with Brian, with Kay twice, with my high school friends. No, and they all live here. So I'll tell you, the community and just being surrounded by the most amazing people that I personally know, it's, I don't know, seriously, the best decision I've ever made. So commit to at least 12 months, and not just learning, but actually implementing. Because if you like most people, I will tell you, not to bash anybody, but most people will not do anything. And that's just what happens. There's going to be 5, 10, 20 people who actually do something, and those are going to be the go-getters. So, and I'll tell you, there have been some ninja strategies shared on this webinar, and you can literally go and crush anything with any business. So 12 months, commit, and take action on what you learn.
Yeah, that is huge. That is huge. The time there, that's a really key thing that Yelena said. If I had to give you one key tip to taking advantage of what you have here in MLSP, find an accountability partner. Sherry mentioned that. I mentioned that. And let me tell you, and you can be the judge. Do you think this is coincidence? Sherry and I met at L0. She hit L1. I hit L1 a couple weeks later. She hit L2. I hit L2. She hit L3. I said, hell no. I hit L3. He hit L4. I hit L4. We're both certified coaches. It's not an accident. So find yourself an accountability partner, somebody you can vibe with, and make it a point to check in every single day. Because even if you fall off the wagon, the fact of you communicating with each other every single day, and if you did nothing, be straight up and honest, because you'd only be cheating yourself. Be straight up and honest. Let them push you. If they need a kick, you know where, you give it to them, and push each other to really grow further and to do more. And that's how you're gonna move forward. And if you can find somebody with a different skill set to you, that's also amazing. So you want to find your accountability partner. Also find somebody that you vibe with and model them. So that could be, like they've said there, a Ray Higdon, maybe a Mark Harbert. Maybe you want to be an ads queen. You can be a Sherry Brown. Go follow Sherry Brown. Model yourself on her. If you want to be a Latvian or Russian marketing ninja, you go and follow Yelena Ostrovska. If you want to be a boss and just share your life and get people following you, follow Kay Somji, right? This is what you do. Find somebody that you really resonate and vibe with and model after them. So take the time in MLSP. Both ladies there said, do the work. Don't just look at it. Do the work. Give yourself the time. Understand that it is a learning process, just like driving a car, just like getting a degree, just like anything else. It's a learning process, and take the time to master it, because what I've learned in MLSP has not only helped me in network marketing, affiliate marketing, marketing myself and anything I want, just all other areas of my life. I can really attract what I want now by putting focus on what it takes to get it, what it takes to attract it to me, rather than me moving towards it, whether that's people, whether that's money, whether that's interviews and recognition. So grateful for the community, and embrace it, and you'll be able to learn those same skills.
Love it. Awesome. You guys, this was a real treat, man. I love having showcasing new talent and watching people grow into like these badass just leaders and marketers, and it was awesome. I don't think this will be the last time we bring you out to the community, and I'm looking forward to bringing you out as soon as possible. Again, congrats on this contest, y'all. I don't know how the cards will fall, but either way, I know all three of you will be in the top 10. And guys and gals who are watching this, you're gonna want to watch this replay. A lot was just said in conversation, but it was a lot. There was a lot of weight in all three of these different angles and what they were doing. Because guys, this is what three marketers, this isn't last year or even, last quarter. This is happening right now. They are right now going to win some affiliate contest prizes with what they just talked about over the last, 90 minutes or so. And that's cool. Kay, Jelena, Sherry, thank you guys so much for coming out, man. This was really truly an honor. And congrats again on everything. We are looking forward to seeing what you all do in 2017. I think our paths may cross a little bit more and more as we grow together, but we are very blessed to have you as a community and to just come out on trainings like this. And of course, as a certified coaches across the board, you guys all get raving reviews, and it's a testament, man. You guys keep growing, you all keep getting better, and a lot can happen in a year, huh? A lot.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, congrats, guys. It's going to be a big year. There you are. Guys, find these rock stars, say hello to them. And they are definitely our up-and-comers. One of them has a jersey coming to them. In fact, all three of them may have jerseys coming to them. Come live the dream 8. But
they will.
Yeah.
Not doubt
I'm
that.
on it.
Baxter's already stitching it up. Let's do it. He's downstairs working on them. Guys, for the guests, I'm going to redirect everyone to not the test drive, the 30-day trial. And if you don't like us, let us know, and we'll give you that trial back. But I know there's a lot of guests on this evening, and we're going to push everyone there. And yeah, there's an affiliate contest going on. It ends at midnight. There's also MLSP.com/holiday. There's some offers on there, including coaching, which is access to leaders like these three rock stars one-on-one. And that closes tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time as well. There we are. Another Wednesday webinar, 3 just total badass rock stars, amazing affiliates. And yeah, it's going to be cool to watch these 3, y'all, who are hearing my voice right now. Just watch them over this year and see what happens, because this is the beginning of 2017. They are kicking it off pretty darn powerfully. Set up some lots of value, a boot camp, webinars, recordings. They've got some ads going. They've got some things in place, and it's going to be a big year. So have a great night, everyone. My name is Brian. I'm going to push you over to MLSP.com. Thanks again, Rockstars. I will talk to you soon. Appreciate y'all. From all over the globe, United States, UK, Russia. Talk soon, y'all. Have a great night, everybody. It's called